Ash from Super Videos, back for another video. This one's gonna be a slightly different video than what I usually do. In this video, we're gonna be taking a look at the Netflix original Army of the Dead. Now, I already did my review of the movie. You can go check that out on the channel. But in this particular video, I'm gonna talk about the Easter eggs, connections, and similarities between Army of the Dead and AMC's The Walking Dead. Now, even though I'm saying Easter eggs, similarities, and connections, in no way am I saying that Army of the Dead copied or were inspired by The Walking Dead. These are the things that I noticed in the movie that made me think of The Walking Dead. Obviously, spoiler alert for those of you who have not seen Army of the Dead or are not caught up with The Walking Dead until the end of season 10. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to talk more about these Easter eggs and similarities. Alright, as always, before we jump into this, if you're not a subscriber and enjoy the content by the end, consider subscribing to join our community, share and smash the like button, and press the bell to be notified when we upload. We're actually on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so if you're not a subscriber and enjoy the content by the end, consider subscribing to help me get there. With that said, let's dive right into it. So the very first thing, and the one that's the most obvious one, in my opinion, is the fact that one of the characters in Army of the Dead was carrying a bat of some sort with nails going through it. When I saw this, I immediately thought of the infamous character from The Walking Dead, Negan himself, who obviously used to carry a baseball bat with barbed wires around it. Now, obviously, Negan and the character from Army of the Dead responsible for unlocking the safe are completely opposites, and there's absolutely no similarity between them, but their choice of weapon was very similar. In Army of the Dead, we have an alpha and a queen, which actually made me think of Alpha and Beta from The Walking Dead. Now, the other very interesting connection is that the Alpha and the Queen in Army of the Dead were ruling over the actual shamblers or the zombies in similar ways. Alpha and Beta were not only ruling over the Whisperers, but they also had the power, based on how they survived, to manipulate large herds of walkers or zombies and basically, for lack of a better word, rule over them to make them do what they desire. Obviously, it's a little different, but we have a queen in Army of the Dead, much like we have an alpha on The Walking Dead, and we had Alpha in Army of the Dead, who was a lot like Beta on The Walking Dead. Obviously, the terms are flipped, but you get what I mean. Another obvious one, the zombie tiger that we saw in Army of the Dead definitely made me think of Shiva the tiger on The Walking Dead, and in many ways, seeing the zombie tiger on Army of the Dead made fans of The Walking Dead very intrigued and kind of disappointed, because that's exactly what we were, I would say, hoping for and expecting to see on The Walking Dead's original show after Shiva died. But obviously, they didn't go that route and we didn't really see a zombie tiger. But nonetheless, the zombie tiger on Army of the Dead was a great Easter egg, I would say, for Walking Dead fans. The next scene we're gonna talk about is the scene in Army of the Dead where Martin decapitates the queen with a wire. Obviously, we saw an identical scene on The Walking Dead where Alpha decapitates one of her followers in front of everyone with a wire as well to send a message. Speaking of decapitation, the scene where Martin is holding up the queen's head is similar to how Alpha was holding up that survivor's head in front of the other Whisperers. The next scene is the scene in Army of the Dead where we have Alpha crying in front of the queen, which was very similar to how Beta was crying over Alpha's beheaded body. This goes back to the concept of having an alpha and a beta, or an alpha and a queen, in both of these mediums. And that's pretty much all of the similarities and Easter eggs and connections that I found in Army of the Dead and The Walking Dead. But I'm definitely extremely interested to know everyone's thoughts and opinions. Was there anything that I missed? And also, what are your thoughts about all of the things that I went through? Share your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.